Hey everybody, finally got the sleep I needed. I slept a lot last night, well, Friday, Saturday, and last night. It's Sunday afternoon now, 4:30, and I took another nap today. I knew I was burnt out, feeling way too tired, like it's during Mardi Gras and you're going out every night, but you're still going to work every day. Oh yeah, people do it. And you got a long haul to go through, and you just somehow put it into overdrive somehow, and you make it till the end of Mardi Gras. I used to work every Mardi Gras except Mardi Gras Day. There was no point in driving a taxi on Mardi Gras Day, but before that, I would put a case of sugar-free Red Bull in my trunk and just work as long as I could. I could have made so much more money too if I would have played games with customers about money. I really could have charged them, $10 a person, at least $5 a person. If you do $5 a person instead of the meter run, it's usually about double what the meter would have been. So I could have made a lot more money. And $10 during Mardi Gras was normal. Some cab drivers were charging $20 per person to go downtown to a Mardi Gras. So if you had a van and you had, say, 8 people, a lot of times there was more. But let's just say you had 8. 20 times, that's $160 for the cab driver, and the meter run is about $24. Yeah. So I really screwed myself out of a lot of money, but who cares? Whatever. I didn't want to do it that way. I just didn't. So I live a block from a university, and the first time all winter I've seen the kids out on the weekend. I don't know, there's a fraternity at the end of my block, and right outside my door is a big sorority, like big money sorority. It looks like it's like this big huge mansion, this beautiful building they live in. And then the frat is a very nice house on the corner, very nice big huge 4-story corner house. And then I think there's another smaller fraternity on my block too. They party a lot. It's a small house, but very nice. It's small compared to the mansions on this block. And then there's an alley separating us. So I live in the alley, of course, because I'm the alley cat. I always live in the alley somehow. And I'm not kidding. I've lived in a bunch of alleys. So it's no surprise I live in where I live actually is the next street, but then there's an alley, and I live in the garage. So when I look out my door, I see an alley as soon as I open the door. Yeah, and my truck, which is awesome. Which it's running really good, but I haven't been able to do DoorDash lately because I saw the hoarder that I was talking about earlier, and yeah, I just don't want to look at. I don't think I can eat McDonald's ever again. I don't. I hope I don't. That'd be a good thing. Yeah. No reason to eat McDonald's ever again. No. Just no fast food at all. Oh my God, that hoarder. I'm still in at least my stomach is fine now. I can talk about it without my stomach turning. It was like 4, 5, going on 6 days where I couldn't think or talk about it without my stomach turning. No, I never threw up, but I don't know how. It's just because I'm old. Because when I was young, I'd have definitely thrown up a bunch of times. The only way I could say is this because I'm old. That's the only way it didn't actually come out. But I'm scared that guy lives here in town, and I don't want to go through McDonald's again. I wish I knew how to help him. But all I can think about is ways to avoid him. So I'll probably run into him again, right? That's how it works. So, but yeah, you gotta pray for that guy. He had a hoarding problem, and if you never saw that in real life, it's a shocker. Wow. Especially what he was hoarding, But I don't want to talk about that again. If you want to know what he was hoarding and how gross it is, listen to my last episode, because I'm not saying it again. But yeah, it's nice. It's 63 degrees today. Nice and sunny. I took Deuce for 3 walks already. He's doing pretty good. He's got a huge appetite. He's starting to, I think we're both starting to thaw out from winter, because basically it was like hanging on, just hanging in there, Especially, I don't know, a week and a half ago it was 0 degrees. It was town covered in ice. It was pretty intense. And it was like a 3-week long freeze. You know what I mean? Like it was at between 20 and 0 degrees for about 3 weeks. So, that's a bit much for me. Wow, it was intense. Yeah, it was pretty rough. But hopefully the heart of winter's over, and they're, it's hopefully, but you never know. Anyways, it feels like it's over right now, and that's good. And it is March, so it can't be that much, worse. But gosh, I miss warm weather. I'm really happy about Texas. It's a good thing. The governor advocates the vaccine, which, he's being a jerk on that topic. But opening up the state of Texas is a wonderful thing, and, you got to say God bless Texas for that. Mississippi followed. More Arizona followed. And we got to open up our states. This is totally embarrassing. There is no such thing as a virus. And after a year of lockdown, everyone in the world should know this, okay? It does not take that long to research. Just because it's scary, so what? You watch scary movies. I mean, come on, people. Figure it out here. Yeah, it's scary, but, we have God. So stop being scared. I mean, really, God really is a real, being. And he made us, and the earth is really is flat with a dome with pillars, and it's square with a big, it's a square block frozen in ice, and the dome is made of ice. It's the military called it blue ice or sky ice, and it's exactly how the Bible tells us it is. On page 1 of the King James Version Bible, it tells you about how the earth has a firmament and how he separated the waters from the waters. Well, he separated the waters above from the waters below by using a dome. That's how he did it. He put a dome over the base of the earth. He made the earth with his hands, mathematically, with a compass. He used tools. He's got tools. He's got any tool you can imagine. He's God. He made the earth. How did Jesus walk on water? Because he had God living in him. That's how. Jeez Louise, he was God. He is God. He's the Son of God. He can do anything. He could have flew if he wanted. Seriously. It's a big deal about walking on water. When I was a kid, it was a big deal. To me, it was. But now I realize it's called a miracle because it takes a God to do it. Our God. The God. The other gods. The other gods are not gods at all. They are demons with very strong demons with very big powers. They're the fallen ones. And they know God's tools, so they mimic them, they copy them, but they do not have them. They're not as strong. And there's a lot of them. There's thousands of gods, which are demons, the fallen ones, and their minions, and they live in the ether, the air. The ether means air. They live in the air. We literally breathe in demons and breathe them out. Not kidding. It's the throat chakra. Everything comes in and out of us through chakras and our orifices, including demons. Yeah, that's why we have to wear the full armor of God. See? See how it works? It's very simple, folks. What our eyes see, what our ears hear, demons come along with that. Or angels. Or good spirits. Let's say good spirits and bad spirits, okay? So whatever you listen to or whatever you watch, either good or bad spirits come with it, determined by the intent of the maker, the producer, the engineer, the person who made the intent behind the reason they made the video or movie or song. Okay? That's how it works. It's all about intent. Because every time you create something, it is a form of casting a spell. You create something, then you cast it, right? You put it out there. See? And so you cast that art, and if you have bad spirits in you, bad intent, it'll have bad effects. If you have good intent, it'll have good effects. Right? So all that stuff is real. Whatever you create, it either has a good or bad intent. Well, my show has a good intent. But could people say it's bad? Yeah. Well, they say everything is bad. Bad people say everything is bad. But good people will see that I have good intent in everything I do. So it's a good thing. I like this show because it's like I'm talking to no one, but also talking to anyone who's interested. So far, that's nobody. No one has listened to my podcast yet, so that's usually how it works. I get ignored. I start something. I start doing it, and everyone ignores it, and then I just do something else. Because I don't see the point in having everyone ignore everything I do. It's really lame. The biggest, the most frustrating thing about growing up was, let's say when I started writing, was that it was really looked down upon in my family. Like, they did not want me to do it. They wouldn't read my poems. They wouldn't acknowledge they existed. They wouldn't, nothing. There was a brick wall. I asked them to read them. They would not. And it's been that way all through my 20s when I was writing a book. It seemed like everything was against me. Every spirit you could imagine. Every friend would ignore them. My enemies ignored. No one would read anything I wrote. I wrote poems. I started writing plays. I wrote a book. I wrote lots of things. Short stories, whatever. I just wrote stuff. And getting people to listen was impossible. And it just beat me down slowly after time. No one would read it at all. I could not get anyone to read anything I wrote. It was so frustrating. It really, truly. And I still have the same problem. I have the same problem today, getting people to listen. They want me to listen to them. They love when I listen to them. They really do. And they love me, how I can talk, explain what they're doing, and really give them a nice, good ego boost or whatever. But getting people to focus on what I'm saying and reading what I write has been nearly impossible. And that's all done purposefully, because they know that's what means the most to me. So this spiritual warcraft against me purposely keeps my writing down and purposely keeps me poor. And I have to get rid of those spells. And God will do it in His way when He sees fit. I thought for sure this last book I wrote was going to do it. But again, the spiritual warcraft against me just clobbered the book. It just clobbered it. And I know it's not going to be clobbered forever. God will change that and fix it. And, but when He deems fit, I don't know what to do about it now. See ya.